Started out alive, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the sight faded, had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Sparkle in the chat, bringing lost to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sipping Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle wine. From the land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand's vibe, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Low and rolling deep, we're cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Tracking crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Give us a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle wine. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle wine. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. Script how we play a game. From start to next time, chasing fame. Put the gear behind me, changing scenes. So through the internet, living out the dream. Got my acoustic strum, curing and chill for cracking jokes. Go stop the thrill. In the land of Kiwis, we ride the waves. Our own streams phone, no better days. It's a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme.
Hello, the internet. It is Sunday, the 1st of February, 2026, and welcome back to the channel. Oh, and welcome to a Jack Behind Me stream. Yeah, the Jack Behind Me. I cannot believe it's been 10 freaking weeks. It feels like just yesterday we opened up the... Well, if it feels like yesterday, I should remember what it was. Tennessee Rye. That felt very soon ago, but it's actually been 10 weeks. In the chat, I see Giggle Pickles. Yo, Gives. Hello, Giggle Pickles on YouTube. And Melody Sparks over on D-Live. Hey, Gives. Hello, Melody. Welcome to the stream. Everybody's hanging out. We have two things planned today. First thing, we are going to obviously open up the Jack and talk about it. Not a great deal to discuss, though, given that it's just a... Well, I don't know if you can see, but it's just a large bottle. There's nothing more to it except for the size, and I'm going to talk about the size a little bit. And then I figured, seeing as though we're sitting here and getting toasty, maybe it could be a great chance for an AMA, an Ask Me Anything. I think there's a lot to be, there's a lot to be spoken about. However, I do have rules, or a rule. You cannot ask me about that. And anyone that knows me knows what that is. We don't need to talk about that. We can talk about myself and we can talk about what I've been doing, but we're not going to go, well, you might want to, but I'm not. And so if you ask me anything about that, I'll just ignore it. But that's what I figured. We haven't done an AMA for a while. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing my father's wristwatch here. Check this out. Can you see that? Look at that. What a styling watch. It's called a... it says it, and I took a photo. It's very, very small font. Oh, Tissot. Yo, Dale, how you doing, man? I should change my name to the internet or the size. Hello, the internet. Hello, the size. Hang on a sec. I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about either. He's a weirdo. Anyway, I'm live. I got to go. All right, I'll talk to you later. Remember we used to do that gag? Where was... I used to have... What did I used to... I used to pull something out of my drawer and I would pretend it was the iPhone 27 or something, which is weird because now... That is weird because now it's iOS 28. No, 26. Giggle Pickles is already asking a question. Do you have sleeping issues, Gives? Hold the questions until we crack the jack. Calm your tits. We're going to get to the jack. Once I've lubricated and once I've started feeling, you know, a little more, I want to use the word generous. That is not what I was thinking of, though. Why did that word come to my mind? I want to get a little toasty and then I want to answer questions. So hold off a little bit. Just give me a little bit of time here. Dale's laughing. Mello's laughing. So before we get into the jack, just a little, well, do you know what? Shall we just get into it? I mean, I got to go and get, I feel like we should just, oh, you know what I got to do? I got to do this. Hold on a second. Lube's a minute, Dale. Lubricated. I didn't say, I wasn't referring to what you were referring to or what I'm assuming you're referring to. I'm talking about social lubrication. Oh my God. I don't know if you can hear that. The Germans are here. I can't believe it. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. We've had German visitors here yesterday. Funnily enough, I'm wearing my father's cufflinks and my father's wristwatch, and I have my father's sister's daughter. That's pretty rad. They're traveling the country and they came over yesterday. We had a barbecue, had a great time. Then they said, maybe we'll see you tomorrow. I said, I'm busy. And my sister said she's busy. And it looks like they just turned up. Just drink the jag. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. I was going to say something and because I got distracted by the amount of, I don't even know if you heard it, the amount of background noise there. By the way, this watch doesn't work, but it's a freaking styler. Look at it. My old man was a styler. I was thinking about getting an Apple Watch Ultra. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just wear this, even though it does. I mean, I could probably get it fixed. Is that too, I don't know. Is that not today? Like, could I not wear this? It looks pretty rad. I mean, it matches his cufflinks. Jack sounds good. I'm a junior. Yes, Dale. That would be rad, dude. Wait, I'm a horrible pervert. I really should be banned from the internet. Whoa, shit. I mean, you're on your own there. I don't know you. I don't know you like that. I don't know any. I don't think. From what I know of you, I don't think you're a horrible pervert. And by the way, why would that be horrible? That could be a good thing. Your father had good taste. He did. Yeah, he did. We had a great time talking about him yesterday. It was actually a pretty, like a genuinely nice day just to sit around and talk with. That's my dad's sister's child. I mean, she's full grown, like 60, 65. Yeah, that was pretty cool, you know, just sitting around talking and reminiscing. I mean, it's been 23 years since Dad died. Yeah, 24 years. I'm referring to some moron hypocrites. Oh, right. You've been copping a bit, haven't you, there, Dale, in the D-Live Discord? You're getting on the D-Live bad side, dude. I can tell you what that feels like. Let's crack the jack. Before we do, I just wanted to do this because this is important to anyone that comes here explicitly for the Jack Daniels content. What I'm doing now, or what my Stream Deck is going to do, we're going to post links in the chat on YouTube, by the way. These are YouTube links. Here they go. These are all the times that we've opened a bottle of Jack Daniels on my channel live. This goes way back when. In fact, someone click that first one, the 1907, and just tell me what date we did that? I feel like that must be 7 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. So every 10 weeks, sometimes longer, never shorter, but sometimes longer, we've opened up a special bottle of Jack Daniels on this particular stream or this channel, and we've talked about it and we've sampled it. We've decided whether we liked it or not. Most of them we have liked. There's been a couple that haven't been very favorable. Winter Jack, I don't think that's that great. Tennessee Apple, could take it or leave it. More likely leave it. There was another one that I didn't quite rate. Sinatra Select is wonderful, but is it worth the extra price? No. Funnily enough, 1907, the first one we ever opened, that was the most favorable in my opinion, and it's the cheapest one from the Jack Daniels range. Local to Australia only, though. You got to be in this country to get white label Jack Daniels. You know, the black label, that's global, but the white label, Australia only. Giggle Pickles, it was 7 years ago. Thank you so much. I think I called that. I think I said 7, and then I changed it to 6. Wow, good memory for the first time ever. So yeah, those links, not only are they links, but they are timestamped links where on that stream, it'll cut directly to when we open the bottle. So you can skip all this absolute mind-numbingly boring waffle that I tend to do often. The interesting thing you will note about those links, I'm wearing this shirt every single time. I'm a man of routine. I'm a man of comfort. Comfort? Yeah, it's comfortable for me. I'm a man of patterns. I'm a man of distinction. Someone said there may be some small ADHD there. I've always thought it's just my German heritage, you know, like Germans are typically everything in its place, in the right place, at the right time, done correctly. If you look at my room, like it's kind of neat, but it's also messy. Like things are placed where they should be, but it's not tidy. Like it's not clean either. There's dust and shit everywhere, but it's how I need it, and it's how I like it. And my point there is that if I'm going to do these Jack Daniels streams, then I feel like I should always be dressed the same. I don't know why. I never wear a dress shirt like this. I definitely never wear cufflinks, but I feel like this is the time to do it once every 10 weeks to get out here and just present like a different person, a different me. Also, for those wondering, it's not tidy. It's Gibbs. Yes, not that tidy. El Tidy, the head of community on. Is he still at Kick? I think he's at Kick. You have a small case of OCD. This has been said before. And right there, number 39, that is the last time we opened a Jack 10 weeks ago. It was on this stream. 10 weeks ago, it was when I turned around and picked it up. It was a 1 liter of Tennessee Rye. Today, I'm picking up an interesting bottle here. It is a very freaking large bottle. I don't know if you can tell just how large this is. This is the second. Is it the second largest or the third largest? I feel like this is the second largest Jack that they manufacture or they by the way, holy shit, there's some things here. Hold on a second. There's some things to be said. Let's get across here. Where are we here? This is the details. This is a 1.5 liter bottle of Jack Daniels. Look at the size of my hand, right? I've got a big hand, big foot, big bones. And you can tell the size of that bottle. Simply put, this is old number 7, but it's in between size is how I'd describe it. In between sized. Why do I say in between size? Because regular sized or, standard sizing is 70 centiliters or 700 mil, which makes sort of a bit small, but then you can get the 1 liter bottle. After the 1 liter, it goes up to the 1.75 liter. That's why I consider 1.5 liter a little odd size, right? That said, there is a 1.136 liters. Now, that's a very unusual measurement, but I believe it's something to do with the standard measure in, I think it's American, something to do with you Americans, 1.136 liters. I don't understand that, but that's a weird bottle. And then, of course, there is the absolute mammoth 3 liter bottle, which I've never seen. I've seen it in a bar. I've never actually seen one. Available globally, but duty-free is the better price point. If you're going to buy this, you're best off getting it coming in internationally at the airport because you'll pay less. Well, definitely less in Australia. We get smashed for taxes in this country, alcohol taxes. You often find this bottle like this, but of course then the label's upside down. So what happens is they change the label up the other way. So you'll see this bottle, but this will be how you'll present it, but the label will be the right side up. That's because they put them in those dispensers at bars and venues. Because of the size of it, it's better to have the bigger the bottle, which makes this one somewhat rare. I think this could be a rarity. I don't even remember where I bought this, to be completely frank. 1.5 litres, 40% ABV, standard Jack Daniels percentage-wise. But yeah, the reason there's two things that I think, there's two reasons I think this may be rare. First of all, it's not upside down, so it's not that one. It's not that bottle, right? It's not that label. If it was, this would be the right side up and it'd be pointing down. But also, are you guys aware that they have changed the Jack Daniels bottle in the last little while? This is the old style with the squared off edges. The new style has very, I don't know how well you can see that. The new style has very rounded, like very beveled edges. So this may be a rarity. Seize the size and grab it. I got chicken in my teeth. I didn't get a glass. However, I've got one right here. So with that and with all of that in mind, we already know what this is going to taste like. So there's nothing funky here. I mean, let's just open it up, enjoy a sniff through of it. I'll run my surfing clip from today. I'll go and get some cock and some ice, and then we'll sit down here and we'll have some Jack and Coke and ice. And, you know, that's when we can start chit-chatting, yip-yapping, tip-tapping. Giggle Pickles, you're just down the road from the distillery. Now, I did know that, or at least I remember something towards that back in the day. We talked about you or someone, I mean, obviously you, but someone was close to the Jack Daniels distillery. I'll be completely honest. I would like to go there just to see. I'm not like, it sounds weird, like I don't wear any Jack Daniels product. I don't wear a Jack Daniels baseball cap. I don't wear baseball caps. I don't wear a Jack Daniels t-shirt. I don't do that. I'm not like that. Like, nothing against people that are like that, but I just like the whiskey. I'm not repping. I almost repped the brand at one point, but my contact there is a pretty funny story. You all know that story about her, right? I've told you that funny Jack Daniels story, that Brown Foreman representative story. So to spoil or to best enjoyed responsibly? Okay. This is from the UK. Responsibledrinking.org. No, wait, that's not the UK. I don't know. I genuinely don't know where I got this from. You cannot buy the bottles from the distillery because it's a dry country. Yes, a dry county. I am aware of that. There are 2 different locations in town in Tennessee where you can, or in Lynchburg anyway, Tennessee, where you can buy the Jack Daniels products. They take them from the distillery and then sell them in these stores, one being the Red Dog Saloon. Oh, wow. Oh, man, what? I haven't had a Jack in a while. Holy crap, that smells so good. What the hell? Why does that smell so good? Why on earth does that smell so good? I just got a real strong whiff of that, and it was just, fuck. Sometimes it just smells so rad. I mean, people say this is the shittest whiskey ever, and I know it's not fantastic, but wow, that first little, dude, that was amazing. Neat first, of course, Dale Skins. Big bottle, huh? Look how big it is in my freaking hand. So sick. Hey, cheers all. Cheers. And then mix, of course. Yeah. I always do a whiskey neat. Even that was weird, dude. I was like, who's drinking beside me? Even if I know what it is, I'll still take a neat one first, even though I'm fully aware of what this is going to taste like. Mind you, and I say this nearly every time, Jack Daniels is only bottled when the master distiller says it's ready. So technically every bottle tastes somewhat different. like minuscule though, like tiny. So good. Now look, while we are here, I do want to ask whether I have a rarity in my hands. Let's go to the ChatGPT machine and make this a little larger so you can play along. Is the 1.5 liter Jack Daniels Old Number 7 rare? Not every bottle, every batch, slight difference. I see where you're going with that, Dale, but just know that you're wrong, because from every barrel is a different sampling, depending on how far into the barrel it is. So shut the fuck up. No, you're right. You're more accurate. Short answer: not usually, but some versions can be rare. Here's the breakdown. 3 messages remain. Oh, I've been busy with this today. A standard 1.5 litre Jack Daniels Old Number 7, the bigger handle style bottle you see in liquor stores, is not inherently rare. It's basically the normal Jack Daniels Old Number 7 in a larger format sold in some markets. You can find them on current retail sites. They're not super limited, okay? The limited versions, when rarity kicks in, it is with specific limited or vintage versions. The Maxwell House Hotel reproduction release, okay. Vintage or inaugural editions, yeah. But, get out of there. But what about, no, hang on, I'm going to word this correctly. I see the 1.5 is often with the label upside down for bar usage. What if I have the label the right side up? Just know you're wrong, Dale, so shut the fuck up, laugh my ass off. Yeah, I haven't told you that for a while. There is a thing with bigger Jack Daniels bottles having the label upside down, and there is context around it, but it doesn't mean anything mystical like increased value. Okay. Upside down labels on big bar bottles, oversized bottles, optic bottles, that's what they're called. The ones used in bars with pour spouts, intentionally made with the front label upside down. Yeah, but so that you can see it, right? So when they're mounted, the back pour, the bottle sits inverted, so the labels, yeah, of course. In collector communities, people do talk about 1.5 litre bottles upside down labels, especially in Europe, as somewhat uncommon. Okay. If yours is right side up, that's no worries. A standard retail 1.5 Jack bottle sold in stores, usually labelled in the normal orientation. Okay. Having the right side up label doesn't make it less genuine or lower quality. No, didn't say that. Does orientation affect rarity? A bottle with an unusual label orientation may attract attention from collectors. Okay. In other words, your right side up label bottle is totally normal unless it's documented limited release. Okay. Okay, how about this then? I know that Jack Daniels somewhat recently have changed their bottle shape and label too. The label's changed too. And label ever so slightly. Would that, hang on. The edges of the bottle, the bottle are more beveled. If I have the older squared off edge version, is this rare? Let's seize. Great question. You're onto something real. Yes, the Jack Daniels Old Number 7 bottle did undergo a subtle design evolution, and that means your older squared off bottle is a distinct variant, but that doesn't automatically make it rare. Fuck you. Here's the scoop. Bottle design changes over time. Jack Daniels have tweaked its Old Number 7 bottle shape and labels a few times over the years. Around 2011, brand redefined the bottle and made a label to show more shoulders, blah, 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 in the... So if your bottle has the older, sharper, squared-edged look, it is very likely from the pre-2025 design era. Does that make it rare? Not usually. Not yet, that should say, because it's going to be rare at some point, right? Most old bottles from the 2000s and early 2010s, even with the older bottle shape, were widely available and produced in large numbers, so they're generally not scarce. So what is the value? I don't want to know what it's worth. I just want you to tell me, what about if I asked you this again in 30 years when I'll be an older man? I love this question because basically time is the secret ingredient. If you ask me again in 2056, the answer would probably be, it's not rare because of what it was, it's rare because of what survived. Nice. Right now, your squared-aged old number 7 bottle is just an older mass-produced design. Tons were made. Collectors today care more about pre-1980 bottles. Yeah, but that's because it's now 2000. Yeah. Basically, I've got a dud. Basically, what I thought I got, it's not rare. So just know that I'm wrong. Or just know that I know that I'm wrong. Or know that I now know because of ChatGPT, cheers ChatGPT, that I was wrong. I'm going to enjoy it though. And by the way, I've opened it, so there's no rarity in it at all. It's been opened, right? The value is when you do not open them. You can't open it and say this is still rare. You can keep the bottle. People keep the bottles and whatnot. So that's that. Let's well, I'm going to finish this. I don't want to drink it too quick because I want to enjoy it. Know the no, Dale. Know the no. Yeah. Oh, dude. That warm sensation of the familiarity of the Jack. I need a haircut, hey, badly. I need a haircut, but I'm not going to get one. Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to cut my own hair. Or I'm going to let Claudia do it. She's busy though. Melody, in 30 years, it might have a rare taste. Do you know what? That's actually a good point. The Jack I'm sipping is yum. Dale, what you said before you get a 1.75, right? You got a 1.75 now? What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. If you open a bottle of whiskey, in many... How do I word this correctly? You lose the value of it the moment you open it. But if you open it and air it, the whiskey does get better with age. If you air it and then close it, the whiskey does age better. People don't do it, but I know because I've had, when did this happen? I found a bottle or a half bottle under my bed. Not this bed, it's a different bed. I found a half drunk bottle of Jack with the cap still on, which obviously I'd opened and drank from it at some point. And I think I know when it happened too. I'm pretty certain it was when there was a German person here and we were drinking a lot of Jack together. And I think it fell between the cupboard or the wardrobe and the bed. And we just never got it. And that was 7 years ago, 6 years ago. And that tasted rad. Like when I drank that tasted rad. But no way in hell could I keep a bottle of Jack for 30 years, Dale skis, without drinking it, Dale says. Yeah. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Like keeping... I mean, I know I keep Jack Daniels for the stream, but I don't keep or collect anything else like liquor or anything. But it is kind of weird having like... Yeah, like having a bottle. I don't have a drinking problem, but having a bottle behind you all the time. I know some people, or I have known people that would be like, I can't do that, man. I'd have to drink that. Like if that's there, I knew a housemate who definitely couldn't do that. He would drink that in one night, and I saw him do that shit. I saw him drink a liter of Canadian Club in a whole night. Yeah. So let me. I'm going to run out. I'm going to grab some cock and some ice, and we're going to drink some Jack and Coke on ice here hanging out. You can get your questions ready. I did go surfboarding today. My solo shot is broken again. I'll talk about that if you want. And so this includes the beach camera, which is my iPad, which does make it a little bit lousier. But get your AMA. Ask me anything you freaking well want, except not about what we've already discussed. No talk about that, but you can ask me anything else you want. I'll be here to hang out for a while. I'm going to go and grab that Coke and ice. I'm going to try to avoid getting caught up with the Germans. They're going to wonder why I'm dressed up so nicely. Because you guys are here again. No, it's because of my stream. And I'll be right back. Here is today's surf clip. Enjoy, skins. I know that's the wrong clip. Bugger me. Do you know why that is? Because I didn't change it. Let me just, I'm glad I looked at that because that's not right. Let me just change it quickly here. I should have done this before the stream started, but I got so carried away with something else. I've been busy. I've been very busy, actually, and there are stories to be told. Maybe I can tell stories. Either way, take 2 skins. What did I just waffle about? I'm going to go and get some Coke. I'm going to try to avoid getting trapped with the Germans. And I'm going to come right back here with Coke and ice and to get your AMA questions ready. And here is today's surfing clip. It's exactly the same. Giggle Pickles, thank you so much. Welcome everyone to the Gives a Minute's chat. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this out. That's very nice of you. Thank you so much. I saw your comment there. I used to drink a whole bottle of tequila in one night. Did you eat the worm? Shit, eat the worm. Ate the worm the other night, and tonight I think I'll do the same. That's a lyric from a Ween song. Booze me up and get me high. Daleski, no way in hell I could. I used to have a rare bottle of Hennessy cognac, sold it a few years ago. Yeah, I had some of that a few years ago. Remember we did that stream with Sam? Remember Sam came on the stream and we're drinking Hennessy cognac down at Crookies? That was cool. So I've got the cock here. Fresh bottle of Coca-Cola. Man, what? This is so... It's so strange buying this. Like, I genuinely... I detest this stuff. I think this is the worst... Well, hold on. People that... No, I won't start preaching. I'm going to turn this AC off. It's getting cold back here. No props, keys, gifts. Thanks, Giggles. Thank you. Thank you so much. I just think that Coke... I think this drink and every other soft drink like it is fine in a sense, but I don't agree with how it's marketed. I don't think that it should be marketed to children. I don't think it should be as prevalent. I don't think you should be able to buy it on every fucking train station, every single supermarket, every convenience store. Anywhere you go, you can buy a Coke. I don't think that's right. That all said, let's use it for a beverage. Gives going all huge tonight, Bigley. Yeah, well, hey, I'm not going to get too toasted here. I'm just going to enjoy myself. But it's been a rocky road the last little while in my existence, and I feel like well, that's actually just coincidental that it's come up, whatever. But it's been a pretty it wasn't the greatest Christmas, let's just say. Dalski, are any IRL road trip plans, GoVan updates? So, yes. Okay, so, this is so dumb. I did do a GoVan sort of walkthrough update in a planking video, which you guys are going to see in like... So dumb, right? So stupid, such a stupid idea. You guys aren't going to see that until December this year. But what I plan on doing, by the way, close your ears for a second. This is going to be loud. I'll better pull it away a bit. Actually, that wasn't as loud as I thought. What I plan on doing is when I get out on the road for whatever the trip becomes, wherever I end up going, probably north, more than likely north. I want to go up to the Daintree and stuff. I'm going to do like a full tour of the van on the first night or something, like a full live stream tour. That sounds need an alert. Oh, I should have turned off the background audio and done that. Next time we crack a bottle of Coke, in 10 more weeks, we'll do it. Yeah, I'm probably going to go north. Hey, by the way, cheers you all. Now, Giggles, what was that question you asked me way back up at the start before I had the AMA open? Yeah, I drink Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. I mean, look, to be fair, they're all kind of the same. They're all just sugar. Cheers, Melody. Thank you. Cheers. There's something about real Coke and Jack Daniels, though. There's nothing quite like that combination, Jack and Coke. Nothing like that. That's a taste of its own for certain. So, do you want to talk about the solo shot? What's going on with it? That surf that you just saw there, two things. The beach camera was locked off. My iPad zoomed in a little. Always one frame. How cool was that crow that flew in front? That's a raven, I guess, like a variety of a raven. We call them crows in Australia. Oh, Giggles asked, do you still have sleep issues? So, funnily enough, I mean, how do I... In a nutshell, yes, but also in a smaller nutshell, the sleep issues that I have now, or they're originally, or my sleep issues were that I would wake up to go to the bathroom at least twice a night, sometimes thrice. On a good night, only once. since November, I've been sleeping horribly, but that's not related to that. And I guess since January, I've been sleeping a lot better. There's been things that have happened and things that have taken place that I've been able to find myself in a better. Wow, this is going deep already. I've only had a single sip of this too. Nurse Spicy. Nurse Spicy. I'm not sure what that's in relation to. Yeah, I mean, I have. Nurse Spicy, I won't elaborate. I feel like the word spicy is out of it. That should be off limits for a little while with me. I don't know if I really want to engage in spicy. Read up to what Dale said. What did Dale say? Oh, I prefer Nurse Spicy to Dr. Pepper. Okay, spicy and pepper. Okay. I didn't see that slipped past me. Sorry, but yeah, just because a nickname I used to use was included that word, and I don't. Fuck, I don't know if I don't know. I've been dating, right? I've been dating. I've been on 4 dates, and I got a second date with this girl. This out of those 4 dates, I'm going to see this other girl a second time. I've got to a point where it's kind of weird to. Fuck, here we go. I'm not talking about that. Like I'm definitely not going to talk about that, but I can talk about where I've come because of that. So that situation is hard off limits. But what I've done post that and where I've come from, I think that is, I mean, I've always been open. It says it in the song, you know, I'm an open book, wear my heart on my sleeve. I've always been that way. So since January 1, I've been out there. Like I've been meeting women everywhere. I've been Martying it. I've been doing a Marty. I met a girl that, dude, you're gonna think I'm making this up. I'm walking back from my surf from Tilbury Cove. There is a saucy bikini-clad goddess laying on her back, poking her ass up in the air, trying to get a shot of herself with the ass up, the G-string bikini. I was like, you know what? The old me would just look at that and go, what a hot girl, and walk past. The new me, I went up to her and said, hey, excuse me. And I had my surfboard and I'm walking along. Hey, I said, excuse me, do you want me to take that shot? I mean, I could get the better angle. You could lay back down and I'm a photographer, by the way. And she goes, no, I kind of like the idea of it, like that it's coming this way and it's my hand in it and stuff. And I'm like, that's cool. And I looked at her and went, have a nice day. And I walked past her. I didn't stop. I didn't make it awkward. I didn't make it cringy. But the old me would have just walked straight past her and thought, what a cute girl. The new me is like, no way, man. I've got that. That's what the last year, or at least the last half of the last year, has taught me. I've got this, like I've got love in me to give to someone. I've got this genuine, there is a flame inside of me that's been woken up, which I didn't know I still had. But just because the person who woke it up ended up casting it doesn't mean that the flame has to go out. I can still give that to somebody else. I can still find someone that's reciprocating to that. And so my approach now, it's don't think of this as a New Year's resolution, because that incident was before New Year's. And another one too, I'll tell you this one was pretty cool. I'm out there surfing, and you probably can see this in one of the videos, but I'm surfing and there's a girl on the beach in crutches, or not in crutches, but with a moon boot on. And she's kind of hobbling down like this, like coming down from my path. Like this, there's multiple entrances to the beach, and this one comes off. It's kind of hard to explain, but there's a whole bunch of houses along here that access one beach path, and then it kind of merges onto the public path. So she could have been coming from a holiday house. That was what I was thinking. She's come from that holiday house, but she also could have been coming from the public. Anyway, she's hobbling down with this moon boot on, and she finally gets to a spot, takes like, and I'm watching from the ocean because I'm surfing, but I notice a beautiful girl in a G-string bikini. I'm like, wow. And then she finally gets herself all sorted and lays down. And so I was thinking, how can I, like, what's the barrier that I can break? Like, sounded a bit harsh. How can I break this? Like, what can I say to her that's going to be a little bit unique and a little bit different? And so when I finally finished my surf, I was just like, please still be there. Please still be there. She was still there. I thought to myself, well, she can't go in the water because she's obviously got a brand new injury. But maybe if I offered her my surfboard as like a flotation device, she could at least get, it was a stinking hot day. I was like, at least she could. So I went up to her and said, hey, she was on her back, on her stomach. So she was facing the sand. And I was about maybe 4 meters away, and I just said, excuse me. And she's got super startled. Like she went, and she freaked. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, I just noticed you've got your, and she had a moon boot off at that point. I said, I noticed that you had a moon boot on. A moon boot is I don't think it's an Australian word, but it's just one of those big, it's not a cast, but it's like a stint. I think they're called stints when they hold your leg in place. I said, I noticed you came onto the beach with a moon boot. I was saying, I just wanted to offer, if you wanted to go in the water, I can, like, you can take my surfboard. I can stand with you, like, and hold it, and then at least you can use it as a flotation. It's a bit, there's waves, right? So it's a little bit, it's not like going into a lake. There's going to be movement of water. I was like, at least you could sort of get wet and you could enjoy the water and cool down, and I'll hold the surfboard there. And she's like, no, this happened yesterday, so it's vital that I keep it dead still. And I was like, that's cool. I completely understand. Enjoy your day. And I didn't stay around. I didn't make it awkward. I offered her something, and she said, no, this happened yesterday, so I've got to keep it dead still. I was like, cool, no worries. Have a nice time, and I'll see you later. And then I walked up thinking or hoping that she was coming back up this path, and I never saw her again. So my point, I've got another one. I've got another one too. None of these two on this third girl, none of these 2 or 3 encounters have led to a date, but I have been on 4 dates. But this next story, again, right here, most of this occurs when and by the way, this won't keep going on because of it's holiday period. In fact, it's all over now. Up until Easter, there won't be anyone else down here. It'll be pretty much a ghost town. But this one happened. So was I surfing? I don't even know if I was surfing. I was on the beach. I don't think I was surfing. I cannot. By the way, this watch is pretty uncomfortable. I can see why Dad gave it to me. No, he didn't. I got it when he died. I don't know what I was doing, but I was on the sand, and this beautiful girl just came down the path. And I just walked straight up to her and went, hello, how are you? And she's like, I'm good. And I'm like, welcome to the beach. And she's like, thanks. And I'm like, oh no, sorry, I'm a local. I live here. I just like being polite to be friendly to people, you know. I've never seen you before. And she goes, no, I'm not from here. I'm up a little further up the coast in Wollongong. I'm like, oh, cool. So you're down here for the weekend to have a look? And she said, yeah, I just came down to have a look. We might move further south, you know. We've got this and that. And I'm like, okay, cool. And she was I thought she was German. She was Dutch, but I knew she was European. I was like, and I just turned, are you German? She goes, no, I'm Dutch. I'm like, okay, cool. And normally I can spot that immediately, but I messed it up. We're chit-chatting for enough time to be, you know, like this is a little bit of flirting from me. Maybe hers was just being polite. And then as we got sort of like, hey, so what do you do in Australia for a job? Along comes the boyfriend. He's probably been at the car putting the roof racks on or doing something, but he's taken his time to come down. So he comes down from the path, and I'm like, And I just see this guy walk up behind her and just put his arms around her. I'm like, I didn't do anything. I didn't change my tact, but I was like, okay, that's fair. They've got a boyfriend. She's got a boyfriend. That's cool. I was just being polite and I was just being friendly. However, it is me being more approaching. No, not. I'm approaching people now, whereas before I wouldn't. And for 13 years, I definitely wouldn't have. I would have just watched and seen them and gone, cute girl. In this case, cute couple. Now I'm like, every single opportunity, I take it. Damn, you male slut. Look at you flirting your ass off. It's funny. More assertive Melody. Yeah, but it's not even like, what's this? And in my mind, I always have that saying that it's you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You always miss if you don't have a shot. Like you're never gonna. And the analogy is basketball, right? You're never gonna get that into the basketball hoop unless you shoot the ball. You're probably gonna miss a whole bunch of times, but at some point you'll make it in. Benon, you're turning into an Oz version.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
With peace and love, you're turning into a male version of me, an Aussie version of me. Yo, XX Metrics, Opal XX. How you doing on Twitch? Good to see you. With peace and love, you've got a relationship though. I'm single. Well, no, I'm single. So let me tell you a little about these dates. I've been on 3 dates, and there'll be I've been on 4. I've been on 4 dates, and there'll be a second one with the last one. So the first date I went on was with, I'm not going to give them real names, but the first date I went to the beach with a girl in a bikini. That's gnarly, right? Like the first date, you're on a beach together. That's kind of cute. She was. Actually, I'm not gonna do that where I rate them and compare them. The point of this is that I'm dating, and I know that when I find that person that's right, I'll jump when it's right. It hasn't really felt fully right yet. Like it's kind of weird. Like I never really expected it to feel right last year, and it did. So this time around, I'm just being a little more cautious or alert to it. I have a girlfriend, but I still flirt a lot. Yeah. See, Dale, I don't know about that, man. I'm not judging you, but when I'm in a relationship, I am 100% for that person. I'm committed and focused, and I want to explore everything in life with that person. You like flirting? Like if my girlfriend came back and said I've been out all night flirting with dudes, I'd be like, what? Why? Like, unless I'm there to enjoy the flirting and be part of it, I don't know if I'm not. That's just me, though. That's just me. So yeah, we went to this beach, and this is up in Newcastle. This is like New Year's day after New Year's Day. Yeah, it would have been, because we would have been hungover the day after. The 3rd of January, I guess. And yeah, we hung out, and it was nice. It was fun, you know. It was just a bit, I don't know, like, I kind of knew that I didn't really want to see her again. I knew that, and like, she's been messaging me. In fact, the last message was not like last week or something, and I was like, I don't know, like, should I respond to this? I don't know, like, I probably will, but Benon, what qualities in a girl do you like the most? What qualities do girls like most in you? I read that completely wrong. Fuck, man. I don't know, dude. I mean, I feel like that's a loaded question, because I can't really answer that without relating it back to the conversation we're not going to have. But I'm genuine, and I think that is an attractive element an attractive trait until it's not. Until then, I'll just leave it at that, and I'll just say I think the qualities that girls like is that I'm attentive, and I'm intelligent, and I'm genuine. And I'm a bit of a goofball as well. I'm a bit of a funny sort of a little bit. I'm 50, but I don't think I'm 50. Like I feel like I'm still like mid 30s or maybe 40 or something. I haven't matured. Do I look 50? You know what? The next girl that I date, I'm not gonna tell her my age. I'm gonna get her to ask. I'm gonna ask her my age and see what she thinks. Dalesky, I respect your position on that. Thank you, man. And the next girl I went out with, we went to dinner at a absolutely fantastic place in Newtown. Newtown is like the kind of like hippie, funky, trendy, bohemian sort of side of Sydney. She lived there. Went back to her house as well. That was cool. But yeah, we had this amazing food. What was the joint called? Franco Newtown. I can't remember the name of it, dude. Franco or something. Search is slow. Franco, no. Franco, no. No, not Franco. Let me find it. And the reason I'm finding it is because the food was fucking amazing. It was like a meze plate. It was like a late afternoon. We had cocktails. How am I going to find this through? Oh yeah, through WhatsApp. Just give me a second here. Fabrica. This is the name. Fabrica. Fabrica Pasta Bar, Newtown. Where's their website? Why doesn't it come up straight away, man? There we go. Ciao, Fabrica. So she was from Malta, so she was Mediterranean. Which one was it? Sydney CBD. We're in Newtown. Here we go. Fabrica Newtown. On Fire. How you doing, On Fire? I think you're a genuine guy. If I could put my 2 cents in, but what do I know? Nice to see you, On Fire. Thank you. Thanks for the compliment. This was the joint. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Like really nice. And we had. Did we? Yeah, we had the. Where's the menu? Fuck you, man. Where's the menu? No, that's the online, the ordering. You can't see the menu there. That's a shame. Sample food menu? Just give me the actual menu, not a sample of it. So there was a set menu that we had. I was on the back of that. Anyway, it was really rad. It was rad. Like that was a really fine. Like again, I don't want to see this girl again. But holy crap, the afternoon or the late afternoon evening was fantastic. Like we talked about my first boss in my first job was Maltese, and he was an asshole. And I was telling her, you know, I'm not saying that this speaks for all of you guys, but my guy, Martin Bonici, if anyone from SEC Plating is watching, Martin Bonici was an absolute fucking prick to me. Here comes some French, he was a cunt. And he was an older man, and I was a young boy coming out of high school, and he made me cry at work, man. I told this girl that. And she's like, that's horrible. And I was like, yeah, he was Maltese. Anyway, but we had a great time. But again, I had no intention to see her again. And bless, she's kind of we just left it at that. We went back to her place, had drinks. She's like, okay, well, cool. I watch over on the V side. Maybe the uni chat isn't working right today. You're on V. What's on Valoria? Are you on Valoria? Is Valoria chat not coming through? I've got Valoria. I'm live on my Valoria. I see a viewer where the chat doesn't come through on Beam. That's a shame. That's a real shame. I mean, I am live there, but thank you for and I guess V is the Valora site. Yeah, cool. Dalesky, there are now several Michelin star restaurants in my area. Lots of variety. I'm a bit of a foodie. Dude, like, I feel like eating food on a date, eating food is good. Like food and cocktails, it's a good kind of easy, like, and she was, by the way, in this menu, the zucchini flour, that thing there, that was rad. Can you see that? Zucchini flour with ricotta and hot honey. That was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I could have eaten a main of those. But I feel like sitting there, like eating food and like picking and we were sharing it, and it was like a grazing plate kind of thing. I feel like that's a good social, like, I don't know, just a social kind of chilled environment. I like talking. Like I feel like I think this sounds weird, but I feel like I'm a good date because I can talk, right? Like I feel like I'm live when I'm on a date. I feel like I'm live streaming. I'm just talking about myself. And by the way, I get sick of my story. I get it sounds crazy. I've only been on 4 dates, but I'm going through the same motion each time and retelling the story. It seems boring. Like I'm a boring guy. Not really. There's plenty of stuff to say, but the other one, there's 2 more, but the other date isn't. It's definitely not. I can't discuss. I mean, we met up. I can't really discuss much, but we met up. Bro, you talk more than anyone I've ever met, bruh. Almost as much as I yappity yap. I know. I like a good conversate. And so the last one, the 4th date, which I will see this girl again. So again, we went on a, like, I love these cool, we went on a hike, right? We went on a hike into a freshwater waterhole where we went swimming together. So again, like, girl in bikini, I'm in board shorts. My board shorts ripped. I had like a big hole in my shorts. But yeah, it was just and by the way, this was like a stinking hot day, like 35 degrees. She doesn't drink, or she's not drinking right now. So I brought a couple of beers and a double jack, and I brought some crackers and cheese, and she brought some berries and strawberries. She brought some blueberries and strawberries and popcorn we didn't actually eat. And we went to this, first of all, the first waterhole we went to was packed, right? This is a place called Karlu Pools. The place where I haven't posted it yet, but I'm putting together this video of Am I the Arsehole, where I go down and anyway, Dale, you'll know what I'm talking about. I messaged you this Am I the Arsehole story. Same place. This woman is on the north side of Sydney, so she said, do you know any cool hikes on the southern side? I'm like, absolutely, and I haven't done this one for a while. Do you want to do the Karlu Pools hike? I'm like, of course. It winds up at a pool, like a swimming hole. Might be a bit weird on a first date to get you in a bikini and me in board shorts, but I'm down, and we don't even have to swim if you don't want to. We can just take the walk. But of course, she's like, no, I'm down. And I'm like, okay, I'm down. Like, I'm definitely down. So we go on this hike and we get to this waterhole, and there's like hundreds of people, like not hundreds, but it's so popular now, and it's school holidays still, and it was just too much. So and we had a look on this. There's a website or a blog called Walk My World, and these guys do these regular hikes and whatnot. And they said that after, I still got the photo here actually. I can probably show this. Yeah. So when you get to Karlu Pools, so hang on, it's all backwards. So when you start the hike at the station here and you get down to Karlu Pools, you can keep going along and get to these other pools. Olympic pool, the one at the end there, that's the shit, that one. And so what we did was we got to Karlu Pools, took a swim, and just too many people. We wanted a little bit of privacy, and so we kept walking. We went all the way through to Olympic Pools, and there was no one there. And so, yeah, it a hot day and just great to just be. And yeah, I'm going to see her again. She was cool. XX Metrics. Benon, what is the best advice for someone in their mid-20s? What is my best advice? Actually, can I answer? I will answer that. I feel like I've got a little. I think I got a good advice for you. Giggle Pickles. I hate going on dates, talking about myself too. Yeah. The thing is, I like talking. So like I can talk to someone if they're interesting and if I'm interested in them, anything could come out of their mouth and I'd be entertained. If they're not interesting, this is what I'll say because I've been on 4 dates in the last, what is it now? In a month, I've had 4 dates, which is like, from 13 years, I didn't do anything about women at all. And now I'm just making up for lost time. I can say this. When the person is when you are attracted to the person, they could be telling you they murdered someone. Back home, I've got a meat hook with 3 people hanging off of it, dying. I'm smoking them out. I'm going to preserve their bodies. Oh, really? Oh, I'd love to go home and see that. If you're interested in them, they could be saying anything, right? But if you're not interested in them, I've got 3 people hanging on a meat hook. Police, help. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the first date, even though I was at the beach with this pretty cute girl in a bikini, I just knew that I already knew that I didn't want to see her again. And maybe that's too soon because this was January 2 or 3 or whatever. And that's not far after whatever from me last year. Maybe that was too soon to go on a date and be there on a beach in a bikini with a girl. Maybe that was too much. Go forward, maybe to this last one, the Kylie Pools one. I'm like, no, I'm into this. Like I'm not going to stop. It's weird. I did not choose to be in this position. I had found someone. Bring it back. I am taking life as it comes, and I'm doing the things that. Yeah. We'll just. I'm very careful about not going into that hole. Incompatible is no bueno. Things happen for reasons. Growth. Yeah. I mean, look. Yeah, for sure. So back up in that XX Matrix. What advice would I have for someone in their mid-20s? So I'm only going to tell you this or explain this because I was in my mid-20s at some point, as well as everybody else. We've all gone through our mid-20s. Not all of us, most of us in this. Most of my audience, I guess, is probably my age or near my age. And I can speak from when I was in my 20s. I genuinely would advise you to do as much travel as you possibly can. Whether that means you go to the next suburb, whether you go to the next city, whether you go to the next state, or whether you go to the next country. It doesn't matter. Just explore the things that you can get to. If you spend all of your time commuting to work and then back home and then you do whatever your social activities, your hobbies, whatever they are, and then you go back to work again and then you keep doing that over and over and over again, you're going to do 2 things. First of all, you're going to age, you're going to get older. And then the second thing you're going to do is you're going to regret wasting all that time not exploring and not enjoying life, because the mind or your mind opens up when you go somewhere, whether you understand it at the time or whether it comes to you later. The moment that you experience let's say an awkward situation or an inconvenient situation or a situation that puts you out of your comfort zone, you respond and you learn from that. It might not be a good experience. You might suck. Like you could say, hey, this guy Gibbs told me to go and explore my next city. So I went backpacking for a month and I hated it. It was fucking shit. But when you come back from that in like a year or two, you'll be like, dude, when I went backpacking, at least I then realized I could go out of my door by myself and I could walk up the street and be confident and I could approach people. That's the smallest thing that you might have got. That's good, right? So anything that you can do, which usually, not always, but usually it involves going somewhere unfamiliar, which is usually travel. Even if it's a holiday, you don't have to. I mean, I'm speaking from my experience where when I was 16, 17, I left home and I literally went from the one side of the country, from the most easterly you could get, Sydney, the most easterly on the continent, well, Byron Bay, but I went to the west. I went as far away from home as possible so that I know that I did that because I had to make it work. Like, dude, when I got to Perth and I drove there, when I got there, I didn't even know how to make rice. I remember ringing my mum on the landline. I was like, I've got a bag of rice. How do you cook it? She's like, what? I'm like, how do you cook rice? I've never seen anyone do it. She's like, I've made rice for you hundreds of times. I know, I've never watched. How do you do it? She goes, get some water, fill up a pot, put the rice in. Like, is that, you got to put water in? Really? Okay. The point of it is that you learn shit when you travel and when you move. Yeah, Dalesky, don't be the guy who regrets. I so agree, Bannon. But the point of that is, and like, it's going to be different for every person. Like your case of regrets or your case of doing something that you, fuck, I'm trying to be careful because regrets. The Red Hot Chili Peppers quoted the Butthole Surfers. The Butthole Surfers said, it's better to regret something you didn't do. No, I almost fucked that up. The Butthole Surfers said, it's better to regret something you did do than something you didn't do. Which could go either way, because if you murdered someone and you regret it, then you probably shouldn't have murdered them. But if you dumb that down a bit, it's better to regret something you didn't do. Fuck. Wait, there might be some alcohol in this, Jack. Let's get drunk. Stop asking me such deep questions. Let's get this back to surface level. Giggle Pickles. I'm almost 50 gives, and I think relationships are based on openness, honesty, and communication.
That's going to be weird.
That's going to get weird. It's getting weird. Giggles. I agree. Yeah, I completely agree. And I'm just looking at those three words: openness, honesty, and communication. It's weird, and I don't want to do this, but I had all that, right? That's what we had. You know what? You know what I've learned? That's fuck. I'm almost going to say this, but I don't want to say it because it's like it's giving her props. No, I'm just going to back out of that. I'm going to back out of that. Should we have another Jack? I think we should. You know what? This is a test right now. Can I get drunk here and not go down into that avenue? I reckon I can. I reckon what is it now? It's the first of it. Dude, it's the second month of the fucking year. I'm good, right? I'm dating. I'm good. I'm not going down any avenues. The only avenue I'm going down is Electric Avenue. What am I doing? Let's get the... I always feel like I'm in two minds to put the ice in first, but then you don't know how much Jack you put in because the ice like lifts the level. You almost want to put the ice... You almost want to have a fresh glass so you can go, okay, well... That's how much Jack I'm... By the way, Dre from Tracer. Dude, it's 14 days till the Tracer stream. Dre would do 50-50. Half. I'm not kidding. Madman. Absolute madman. He did send me a bottle of Jack too. Apologies, folks. Oh, wait, that's already gone in. My bad. I'm drinking out of it now, actually. Ben, on that bar glass with the ice, I have a set just like that. That bar glass with the ice. Oh, this glass. That's just a regular tumbler, right? Okay, you big fat weirdo. I don't know if you're fat. I know, no, you're not. Giggles, I've had relationships that were based on lies. The guy's part, I should have seen the red flags. Dude, I sometimes, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I wish I had lied. Sometimes I wish I had lied in the opening parts of a relationship. Sometimes I wish I had told phony stories because sometimes, no. Okay. I don't encourage lying and I don't do it. But sometimes in hindsight, I feel like I wish I had have lied. Again, Chili Peppers. I should have lied. I was such a fool. My eyes could never, never, never keep their cool. Told her I don't want to quote that shit. I'm a skinny fucker. You're skinny, Dale? Okay. Prost. Instead of lying, I choose not to say some things. Do you know what? That's the old white lie, right? Like you're not, what is it? If I don't say anything, you can't get me for lying because I didn't speak. If I say nothing, you can't misconstrue it. By the way, this girl that I went on this Kalu Pools date, she got me onto she got me onto The Rip, the Matt Damon, Ben Affleck film. And by the way, can I acknowledge something? I watched that whole film and I did not know that was Ben Affleck until I watched the two of them on the Joe Rogan podcast. And I was like, no shit. I mean, I know Matt Damon and Ben Affleck do a lot of shit together. I know they have done and whatever, but she just said, hey, I watched this great film called The Rip. Check it out. I was like, okay. I checked it out. It was great. Really, really good. And I was like, oh, Matt Damon. And then I was like, okay. I watched the Joe Rogan podcast because they were talking about the film. And sure enough, Ben Affleck. I'm like, of course. He's got a big beard and it doesn't look like him and it doesn't even sound like him. And then she got me onto a six episode serial called, what was it called? I watched it. I enjoyed it. And I've forgotten what it was called. Wait. What was it called? You got a cold torpedo, MD Wit. Yo, by the way, did I say hello to you, MD? Did I even acknowledge you in the chat? What a lousy streamer. I don't think I said hello to you, MD. Hello, skis. What was this show? Fuck, we messaged a lot. Wow. Fuck. Can I search? Wait, I should be able to remember this. It was a series about his and hers. I remembered it. His and hers. Pretty sexy. A lot of like, it's kind of like, I don't know, like in this instance, this is a person at that point I hadn't actually met, and yet we're messaging kind of sexy stuff. Like she's, oh, you should watch this series, His and Hers. It's like, okay. And I start watching it. It's like pretty sexy. And I'm like, so I'm messaging you saying that those sex scenes are pretty heavy. Hello, Bannon. Torpedo? Never heard of it. You love your Torpedo IPA, Daleskis. You can't hear this, but the Germans are out there. That's, yeah, this. I feel like I should. Can you guys give me two? I'll play the surfing clip and I'll go out and I'll check how long they're going to stay for. And if they're going to stay for another hour, I'll probably wrap this up and then go out and hang out with them. I wasn't expecting them to be here. They are here. They're all partying out there. Just give me a few minutes and I'll come back and then I'll be able to tell you what happens here from like how long this stream goes for. So enjoy the surfing clip and I'll be right back. No, they the Germans are leaving sort of soon, so I'm not gonna. I was gonna end the stream and go and hang out with them, but if they were going to stick around for an hour or two, but they're actually going very, very soon, so there's no need to do anything. Although I did get in trouble. I got in trouble. Well, you should be out here partying. No, I told you I had things to do, and the thing I had to do was I dedicated a stream today, and then I got in trouble. Can't do anything fucking right. Dalesky, I should have asked what the best local seafood in his area. Here, well, there's local prawns or shrimp. You guys know it as shrimp. Throw another shrimp on the barbie, mate. There's local shrimp here. There is a famous seafood joint just north of here, a place called, well, northwest, weirdly enough. Yeah, inland. There's a place called Greenwell Point. It's kind of famous for its fish and chips. To be honest, though, I've been there and fish and chips, I mean, to be frank, like, what's so good about fucking deep fried potato? Like, I don't know, like there's a pizza bar in town that makes salt and vinegar fries. That's unique. Salt and vinegar fries, that's rad. But just potato chips deep fried with like, I don't know, like it doesn't excite me, but empty. I want a good lobster. Lobster. So saltwater lobster, crayfish. We have both salt and fresh water. I keep having to alternate because it's warm and also it's he needs more blankets and he needs less blankets. It's warm and hot right now. This watch is annoying me. I'm not gonna lie. It looks hot. Like I feel like I'm sophisticated wearing a watch and cufflinks, but it just, you know, should I just be sitting like this? Ladies, welcome to the stream. Is that good where I show off my watch? On the H3 podcast, they do watch talk. Maybe we could do that. I could just talk about this watch every single time. You know what? Let's find out. Cold water, salt water are yum. Lobster, not the warm water as much. Cold water lobster. Cold water. Ocean lobster. Okay. I was going to ask ChatGPT about this watch. Tell me... Oh, wait, we'll start a new chat. Tell me all about... What is it called again? It's Tiesto or something? No. Tiesto? Tissot. Tissot. I've got to take a photo. The font is so small on this, or at least I'll just zoom in with my handy. As the Germans refer to their cell phone as a handy. Wo ist mein Handy? It's a Tissot Vis. I've got to get a photo. I took a photo of it. It's a Tissot. Look. A Tissot Visodate Stylist. Wo ist mein Tissot? Tell me all about Tissot Visodate Stylist wristwatches. This could be worth something, man. Tissot Visodate. Here's a full clear rundown of Tissot Visodate and Visodate related stylist watches. Okay, that looks nothing like what I've got. Modern Swiss quartz, everyday. It's an everyday watch. Ah, so lousy. Stainless steel case, petite and sleek. Wait, hang on. Why don't we upload my image? I'll send this across to the GPT machine. That way we can at least get. Because it could waffle on about all this crap. But if I just send mine across, it might say you've got yourself a rarity there. Okay, that's gone. Let's upload this to the GPT machine skins. I'll do this off screen. Yeah. Attach photos. Downloads. Image 4753 skins. Okay, that's uploading. So here is mine. Here is mine. What year is it? is tit. What year is it from? Tissot Visodate. Stylist. Super stylish. Your watch is a vintage Tissot Visodate. Get the fuck out of there. Based on the style, branding, and known examples, it's most likely from the late 60s to the 70s. Okay. The logo and style, typeface, is consistent with Tissot watches from that era before quartz models. Your watch shows Tissot and Visodate text at the top with stylus at the bottom, which is exactly how many late 60s, 70s Visodate stylus styles were labeled. That watch is valuable, Benon, because it was your father's. Fuck yeah. Now, if you had to put a dollar value on that, Dale, how would you equate that to the dollar value? Have another look at it, just as I sit here casually. I need to lift it up a little bit, and you got to see the cufflink as well. Ladies, form an orderly queue, and maybe you can touch the watch. I'll talk to you, and you can touch the watch at the same time. Kommst du hither? Hallo, mein Name ist Benon. Ich habe ein Tissot Visodate Stylist. I don't know what the word watch in German is. It's got a manual wind rather than a modern automatic or quartz style. Benon says, watch this. Like, yeah, watch this. A cushions. Dude, if I wear this to a date, dude, should I wear this on a date and just see what happens? If I just wear it and just kind of flex it, it's not even working though. It doesn't, nothing happens. It just looks rad, right? Could I wear that on a date? I haven't worn a watch in years. It feels heavy on my wrist. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Looks like a girl's watch. I mean, you know what? Let's ask the GPT machine. Fix the watch first. But hang on a second. Fix the watch first, MD. Only if I don't take mein Handy, if I don't take this, do I need to fix the watch? Because I know what the time is by looking at my cell phone. This is purely for style points. What it likely isn't. It's not the modern heritage Visodate. Okay. It's not a current production quartz Tissot. If not, it looks cheap. Okay. Interesting. So you don't want to wear a watch that's not working because the girl might think this guy's just... What the fuck though? Girls wear things just for style? Like earrings. What do earrings do? They don't do anything. They extenuate the ear. What does mascara do? It extenuates the eye. You telling me I can't wear a watch that looks rad because it doesn't work? If she asks me what the time is, I'll just go, it's 4:39. She may think that she'll have to pay for your dinner. I always pay. She then took me back to her house and gave me drinks and she paid in some way. What exact year requires internal... No, I don't want to know that. In short, your Tissot Visodate Stylist is almost certainly a vintage watch from around the 60s to 70s. Okay, what were we going to ask it? Is it a girl's watch? Is it a man's watch or a girl's watch? Not that we have to identify sexes in 2026. I don't agree with that. I'm neither. I'm an elephant. Oh yes, we do, MD. From the look of yours, it's a men's watch. Take that, XX Matrix Opal XX. Here's why. Classic men's versus women's styles, especially in the vintage series. Vintage Tissot Visodate stylus watches like yours were generally offered in sizes that were considered men's sizes. It's kind of small for a man, though. Like, I've got a massive wrist. It's dripping down, though. It droops down. 34 to 36 mil was the normal. Okay, watch sizes norms have changed. Women's watches of that era were typically much smaller and more delicate, often under 30 mil. Okay. Visual cues. The word stylist is simple dial design. Okay. The bracelet style is also more traditional of utilitarian. I got a utilitarian bracelet here, folks. Did you see the back of that? This is what's causing me havoc. This flappity flap bit. You know? If you want the technical size, okay. How about this? Show me a woman's version of this watch for comparison. The bold stylist. You love that, Daleskis. Here's some examples of what a women's vintage Tissot stylist watch would. Circular. The chicks love their circles. I got mine's more of a rectangular. I am rectangular. Okay. So yeah, look at that, man. The women's Tissots. By the way, if you're on a date, don't play with the watch. How can I flex it if I don't play with it? I've just got to sit there casually, right? I've just got to sit like, they say touching your face is a sign of affection, right? Like if you start just like stroking the beard. So what do you do at NASA again? And I just start stroking my beard and the watch just visually displays itself and she looks at it and goes, wait, what time does your watch say? And you're like, no, don't notice the time. Just notice the actual watch. Time is irrelevant. I'm on a date. Why are you thinking about time? You got to be somewhere? Calm down. Chill out. We're just here to have a good time. A good time. Be natural. Don't overthink it. Yeah. It's broke. No acting. No. Dude, what are you talking about? What? No acting? A date. The whole date is an act. What are you talking about, man? No acting? The idea of dating is one big act. You're acting. You're putting on your best persona. You're holding in farts. You're not burping. You're sitting upright. You're flexing. Of course, the date is an act, dude. Be yourself. No. Okay. Yes, but also no. But I feel like this might be why I'm going to see this girl again from the Kalu Pools walk, because that was more like we're just hiking. We're just cruising through the bush, the woods. That seemed more natural. But sitting at a table, one-on-one with someone, you're definitely acting, right? You're at a job interview, basically. Brennan, just know I'm wrong. Touche. I thought farts were allowed. Do you know what? No, I won't do that. Cruising through what? Cruising through just walking, MD. Like on a... I think... I'm no connoisseur here because before these 4 dates, I hadn't been on a date. I mean, I went on a date, whatever, but aside from that, I hadn't been dating since 13 years earlier. But I'm not the expert here, but I feel like walking or hiking, or if you're a Kiwi, tramping, they call a hike a tramp in New Zealand. Fucking weirdos. I feel like that's more chilled, right? Like there's no expectation of like, I mean, I don't sweat much, but I feel like you're going to sweat when you're walking, and maybe you might smell a bit, and you're wearing hiking shoes and this, and I don't know, just XX Metrics Opal XX. Benon, would you ever skydive? Yeah, definitely would. It's never come up. There's never been a point. Well, Greenie and Dee did it, and I guess we could have done it with them. I mean, yeah, I'm down for it. The bush, that phrase means something different here. Right. I know where you're going. The bush is like the woods, the forest. You know what we did see though? Well, there was a snake in the water and bearded dragons. Do you know what a bearded dragon is? I'll show you what a bearded dragon is. Aussie bearded dragon. These are pretty common in where we were, the Royal National Park. They're pretty common. Check this out. Images. Yeah, they're pretty common. Water dragon. Let's make this larger. Reptiles, right? These guys. Yeah, pretty slick. Wait, you use pre-search? Yeah, you get paid. You get paid pre. I've earned 510 pre-tokens. XX, are you into crypto? XX metrics, Opal XX. Are you into crypto? Dude, I didn't pre-search, of course, yeah, pre-search. In the Brave browser, in the Brave Trouser browser, so you earn basic attention token for searching. Well, you earn basic attention token for using the Brave browser, and inside the Brave browser, change the Google search to pre-search, and you start earning pre-token. Dude, I got 510 of them. I cashed out a couple of thousand. Wow, man. Okay, suddenly, dude, you and I are kindred spirits. Dalsky, Elf hasn't dropped. Dude, I saw your Discord. I got that tabbed out. Is Elf's thumbnail and title clickbait, or is he actually leaving YouTube? Because I've got that tabbed to watch another time. Not today. I'm drinking the Jack. And by the way, speaking of crypto, holy fuck, the market is plumping. The market is dumping. Holy shit, there may be some Jack in this alcohol. I hope there is. 78,000 for Bitcoin. Should I buy some Ethereum? I want to get more Ethereum. Dale, am I I'll let Elf's stream speak for itself. Okay. Okay, let's talk crypto, man. Let's get drunk and talk crypto. What could possibly go wrong? You know what could possibly go wrong? I'll buy some Elf. I'll buy some Ethereum. Dude, there's definitely Jack in this alcohol, right? I'm toasted right now. I think actually, you know what? Let's fucking stop talking shit. Let's bring up some charts. I think right now Bitcoin's a steal. Dude, XX, man, everything I'm seeing on Twitter is like, Bitcoin's a farce. It's going to die. It's going to go to zero. This is the time to fucking buy crypto. Right, MD, crypto. I like that. This is the time to buy. It's dumping, right? You buy when there's blood in the streets. Let's get to CoinMarketCap. Let's check the Ethereum price. I think I want to buy some more Ethereum. Silver dropped from 114 an ounce to 70. Oh, ouch, Dale. I know you've got some silver in your stack. That's hard, dude. That's harsh. Let's make this larger. So let's go to Ethereum. ETH. Oh, it's right there. Recent searches. Oh, except the cookies. So it's down. It's up 8,500. It's up. Dude, Ethereum is up 85,618% of all time, except those cookies. But today, let's go to the 24-hour chart. It's dumping. So Ethereum right now is $2,426 dues. I feel like now's the time to buy Ethereum, right? If there was ever a time, that's the daily chart. Look at the weekly. Look at the monthly. Holy fuck, dude. That's the monthly chart. Look at the yearly chart. Dude, now all crypto is in the crypto crapper right now. I sold a third of mine, approximately $105, so it's all house money. Wait, $105 or 105,000, Dale? I don't know how much you want to elaborate. I want to say alleviate. I've got to take a slash. We haven't done this for a while. How can I take a slash here? Can I take a slash? Wait, can I take a slash here? I'm going to take a quick slash. You can enjoy the. Wait, can we get the What can I leave you? What can I'll be super quick. I've got to take a quick slash. I'll be right back.
Use the hole, bridge the hole, or fill the hole.
Space toilet? The suction, what the fuck? The suction toilet? Is that what you're saying, Dale? The suction toilet. Fuck me. Okay, so let's continue the crypto conversation because I'm intrigued by cryptocurrency. Dale, would you agree, or would anybody in the chat agree? Probably XX Metrics, OpalX. By the way, you're in your mid-20s and you've got a crypto portfolio. Fuck yes, dude. That's a piece of advice I'd give. Invest in cryptocurrency, not financial advice. Do it, don't do it, do whatever you want. Dude, what a man, XX, that I'm stoked for you, dude. I don't even know what you've got in your portfolio, but if you're in crypto, lots of young men are invested. Baxter's involved. So I think the question I want to ask, or like what's going to get, what's the hex of 2026? What's the thing we can watch in 2026? I've got Cardano and Midnight token. I want to thaw out my Midnight and do something with it. And we've also got Pi token that's thawing out as well. What's happening in this year, 2026, that we should be closely watching? Is Solana going to pump? Are we going to be going XRP? What are we feeling? What are we thinking? Bitcoin right now is dumping, right? Now's the time to fucking buy that shit because you know that it's going to go back to 120. It's going to go back to 120. It's going to get to 200,000, 250, and you're going to be like, fuck. In 2026, at the beginning of the year, it was like 70,000. I should have bought. Of course you should. You know it's going back up. So I don't know, but what are the other like shit coins that we can actually make like 10,000x on? Obviously, it's not going to be a Richard Hart token, right? That shit's he's basically dead in the water. That guy. Now we're talking. I mean, I'm all about relationships, and I feel like I've gone through an interesting period in my life, but ultimately the whole time, crypto's still been there. The crypto market didn't. Hang on, what's happening with Trump and didn't Trump buy Bitcoin to put it into the asset base? How did fuck me. Where's my I want to find out. Where's this? Here we go. National Reserve. Yeah. Tell me everything about Donald Trump's position. It's not grab, it's baby. You guys are going, grab your baby. It's baby, you idiots. Maybe I should change it to grab, but it's baby. I see both MD Win and Dale. Ah, shit. Yeah, it's baby. Tell me everything about Donald Trump's position on crypto. It's grab? Is it really? How come it's not working then? Is it really grab? Fuck me. Is it really grab?
Grab your baby.
Fuck you, Dale. It's not, it's baby. Grab your baby. Nice try. Tell me it's grab. Here's a comprehensive, up-to-date picture of Donald Trump's position on cryptocurrency, how it's evolved, what he's actually done as president, and how the market and critics view it. Number one, Trump's position has shifted dramatically over time. In 2019, Trump tweeted that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies were not money. Highly volatile. Both of those statements are factually correct and could facilitate illegal activity. Absolutely. Those three statements can be said about fiat currency as well, except that the first one, not money. It is money. Fiat currency is highly volatile. Inflation. Hello, inflation. Could facilitate illegal activity. Hello, bank robbers. Grab your baby maker. called them basically sketchy and dismissing.
I want to mow the lawn and go fishing.
I want to mow the lawn and go fishing. After his first presidency ended, President, oh my goodness gracious, there may be Jack in this Jack.
Fill the hole.
Use the hole. After that first term ended, he even described Bitcoin as seeming like a scam. Ah, shit. And then he changed. Big shift. By late 2024 into 2025, Trump pivoted, publicly embracing crypto and calling himself, I'm a big crypto fan. I love the crypto, promising a pro-crypto agenda. The shift coincided with crypto industry support. Of course, everybody loved it. Policy actions in office. Trump's current admin has taken several major actions aimed at promoting crypto, often framed as making the US the global leader in digital assets. A number of executive orders. Executive Order 14178, strengthening American leadership in digital finance. Revoking earlier crypto restrictions, prohibiting US central bank digital currency. Wait, prohibiting? Revoking. Wait. No. Prohibiting a US central bank digital currency.
We're going to have a little fun.
We're going to have a little fun.
Have nothing else to do, so let's have a little fun, right?
Right, a little fun. Creating a task force to propose a federal digital assets regulatory framework. He signed an order in March to create a US strategic digital... That's going to be weird. That's going to get weird. A digital asset stockpile using seized crypto such as Bitcoin as a government reserve. So not... Okay, so this is where it gets lame, right? Like, in March of last year, he created the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve and Digital Assets Stockpile. So he's using seized crypto and putting it into the government reserve, but they're not buying crypto. They're taking assets. Is this like Albrecht's assets and like people that have been... Is this like taking criminal activity and seizing their assets, but then... So they're basically just transferring crypto into the government's wallets. Because if they bought Bitcoin for the Federal Reserve, then Bitcoin price go up, right? But they didn't. They just seized it. So it had already traded, and the person who owned it had to forfeit it because they had COVID. They were guilty. I'm enjoying this. I haven't sat here with you yahoos and got drunk for a while. Been a while. Back over here, the government roles and strategy named David Sachs as the White House AI and crypto czar. Czar. To help craft clearer crypto regulation and industry support. Okay. The administration has sought to advance crypto legislation and work with banks, industries, leaders to flesh out federal regulations. So get rid of the SEC, including stablecoins and interest-bearing crypto services. Interest-bearing crypto service, so staking rewards. Interest-bearing. So to flesh out regulations, so to get some regulations in... Why are there got to be regulations on stablecoins though? Stablecoins pegged to the dollar, so the dollar needs the regulation, not the stablecoin. But interest-bearing crypto services, that's totally staking, right? Dalsky in the chat, a US government crypto purchase is still being considered? Interesting. Last I heard, Congress will have a say. That's intriguing. It'll be Bitcoin, right? They wouldn't buy anything else. Regulatory direction. Trump's SEC and CFTC appointees signaled intentions to formalize a lighter pro-innovation regime, giving clearer rules for tokens and digital assets. Interesting. Bitcoin and maybe a few others. Whoa, now might be the time to stock up. Not financial advice. He mentioned names once. I forget which ones. Did he really? Sorry, I got to just I got to add something to the chat here. I beg your pardon.
I just farted.
I did. Pro crypto messaging. US leadership in crypto. He framed the US as striving to be the crypto capital of the world. We made crypto. We did it. We're going to take it. Building a Bitcoin superpower. Bitcoin.
That's going to be weird.
That's going to get weird. A Bitcoin superpower. Yo, Netski's on D Live. How you doing, Netskis? Here we go. Bitcoin as a strategic asset. His administration openly treats Bitcoin as a reserve store of value. Dude, okay. Hold on. The president of the United States of America is saying that Bitcoin is a reserve store of value and a strategic asset that fits alongside the US dollar. Are you telling me that right now, when we see Bitcoin at 78,000, fucking buy that shit, man? The government of America, the superpower, the USA, he's saying this is as good as the dollar. Fits alongside the dollar. Buy the fucking dip, dude. I told you about this a year ago. Jeez. Dale, I was busy a year ago, man. I was wrapped up in my own world a year ago. Come on, man. Give me a break. But just know that you're right in this instance. You did. And I've been DCAing the whole year. I've been buying Bitcoin every week. I just bought Bitcoin today. I've been buying every week on a Sunday today, every single week for the last 12 months, including this year. What I'm trying to ask at right now is, should I also be buying Ethereum? I feel like I should be buying Ethereum as well. I should clip that. Dale, go ahead and clip that shit. Just know that you're right. There might only be one time I say that. Just know that you're right. Fuck you, man. You got me. You did get me though, because you have been right. Netski's last time I bought was 59K. So you bought Bitcoin at 59. That's a few years back now. Like that goes back to before I went to New Zealand. XX, I've got Ethereum, BNB. You got Binance, XRP. Yeah, right. Wait. Is that what you're saying I should buy, or that's what you have, XX? Ethereum, BNB, Binance Smart Coin, and XRP. I mean, I've got all those. I don't really have much BNB. I genuinely want to know though, in this calendar year, 2026, what should we be looking at? Like, what are the things we should be interested in crypto? Like, what are the assets that we should be focusing on? I'm not saying, and I am saying I'll buy some. I'm not saying you should though. When it was on Binance, when you were on Binance, Netskis, yeah. I just feel like right now, like Bitcoin is dumping, right? It's dumping. There was a point then when I'd go to my portfolio and it was like big numbers, and now you open my portfolio and it's like wow. It's a very volatile asset. Pump and dump is scary. Yeah. Yeah. Same XX, same. It's a scary concept to dump money. I mean, I by the way, I got done by your president. I'm not sure where you are, but I got done by the Trump. I bought the Trump token. I got done by Hak Tui. I got done by that. I got done by Richard Hart. I mean, yeah, all those assets just down and to the left, right? Nothing good about it. Dalsky, with Bitcoin, I'm also 100% playing with house money. Oh wow, you're oh okay. I didn't. You're net positive with Bitcoin? Fuck me. What's that clan again? I think, did I call it this? No, I didn't. I think I called it this. No. I can't remember what that command is. I sold enough over the years to pay the initial investment. Dude, Dale. It's all profit now. I should have listened to you. Like, can I just get advice from you all the time? You helped me. You helped me in Launceston in that hotel that night. I think I'm in love with you, man. No, I'm just kidding. There's Jack in this alcohol. It is good that you're back, though, dude. I'll acknowledge that. Like, in all of the mayhem and all the shit that's gone down in the last whatever, but it is good that you are back. I would love to have Hendrik and Charlotte back as well, but I get it. I get it. It's heavy. It's harsh, but when all the dust settles and it all just folds out and everything just palms on, I don't know, like, you guys have been here and like that stuff was such a small fraction of time in like, if you look at the Wikipedia timeline of a band and you see like a new drummer that joins and it's like this little green line, and then in their whole career there's like this massive, and they're like, it's like sorry to do this. I was gonna compare it to Tracer. No, I won't do that. Because it's coming up. The Tracer anniversary stream's coming up. I don't know. I'll eject from that. I don't know. It just. Well, you guys are still here and she's not, right? So there's that. Like in all reality, she's gone, but you guys are still here. So that says something, doesn't it? Like whether the advice that you were giving me, and I'm not saying just Dale, but Dale, Hendrik, Charlotte, if you consider the advice that I was getting, whether that was correct or not, out of those three people, Dale's still here, but yet my ex isn't. She's gone. So like that has to equate to something. You guys are still here, yet she pulled the pin. I don't give up on real friendships easily. Do you know what really sucks, man? And I'm gonna get onto this because I don't know, like just like when you start a relationship, and arguably I'm kind of doing that now with this person, but when you start this thing, there's this beautiful moment where like you start to enjoy. You really enjoy the differences and the company, and like the next thing you know, you're meeting the parents, and then you're meeting the brother and the sister-in-law, and there's all these beautiful moments where you're like, people do things like families do things differently and stuff like. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful when someone welcomes you into, yeah. Yeah, but then at the same token, or on the same token, they can also just go, and by the way, that's over. And it's like, fuck, what? I was just really enjoying learning and fuck. And then when the family is like not Australian, they're like from another country, and you're like, you guys do things slightly different, and that's just, I guess that's just life. Like, you know, you meet, yeah, you meet people, and then fuck, it's weird, isn't it? Because you like there's another element to it. Like it's the human element. Like you do want a human connection, and you want to. I don't know. I'm just getting toasty and just reflecting on shit. And I'm like, at one point I was like pretty like excited and like emotionally invested in like another family and a different way of life and like a different existence. And like, I was prepared to change, to make changes in my life to fit this person. And then and as quickly as that can, or as genuinely as that can start, they can just say, "No, that's done." And you're just like, okay. You better have a good reason for that. Like, there better be a valid reason. And in this situation, there wasn't. Just emptiness. I broke up with you for a very valid reason. What was that? Dead silence. You can't even tell me what. Anyway, fuck that. You know what? We probably should wrap this up because I know I tipped my toes into that pool just then. I stuck my toes in that pool, and if I keep drinking, it's gonna get worse. I'm gonna administer, or I'm gonna instigate the end of the stream. I'm gonna do something I've never done before. I'm gonna be responsible. I feel like we should wrap this up because if I'm entertaining that, then it's only gonna get worse. Because I know I'm gonna keep drinking the Jack, right? Yeah. Big hugs. Thank you. Yeah, good stream. Good night. Yeah, thank you, Dale. Yeah, and I feel like we didn't really fuck up. We just tapped into it. It's still raw, right? Like it's only been 3 months. Well, November, end of November, December, January. It's 2 months. So don't step backwards. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, thank you for you guys hanging out with me. Appreciate you all. I feel like we should continue this crypto conversation because that's important for this year. And I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side. Dale, enjoy your Jack, enjoy your Dale. I'm going to enjoy the rest. Well, hell no, dude. There's like, look how much I hardly took anything off the top. It's hardly anything gone here. Thanks for the stream. Yo, XX, thank you, man. Appreciate you, dude. Yeah, it's great having a young person here. Fully crypto. Hell yeah. But as the sight faded, I had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Get that shit out of there. Chilling IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing lost to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sipping Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. Streaming through the night. New Zealand's vibe, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next.